Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 2 of my simple guided meditation series. First of all, thanks to everyone who reached out to me with kind words for last week's guided meditation. And for this week, I would like us to focus on self compassion. Again, if you feel uncomfortable during this meditation, please stop it and reach out to loved ones, of course, when safe, for support. I invite you to set an intention for this meditation. It could be anything from I want to be self compassionate, or understand, or even define self compassion. As everyone knows, it could be a complex concept. If your mind has difficulty grasping the concept of self compassion, that's absolutely okay. Just allow yourself to have an open mind and it will come to you. With that said, let us begin. Like last week, sit comfortably, set your feet on the floor, and sit in a position that the body slides into a state of alertness but also relaxation. For some, that means straightening the back, the spinal cord, by either sitting straight or laying on the floor. And if you also feel comfortable and safe, you may also close your eyes. Now that you've acquired this position, you will begin to relax. I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths through the nose, feeling your belly rising, maybe even holding the breath for 2 seconds, and then releasing fully and completely. Allow yourself to follow your breath in the out breath as you are one with it. With every inhale, imagine that you inhale peace, serenity, and inner vigor. And with every exhale, I invite you to imagine that you release frustration, self-criticism, and confusion. Now, begin to switch your attention to your breathing. Do not try to change it, just observe it. Try to make it your sole anchor of your practice. And as you also shift your attention, you may become more aware of sensations like physical sensations or even emotions and thoughts. For now, we just want to acknowledge them without grasping on them. Now, I invite you to bring the concept of self compassion into your stream of consciousness. Imagine that self compassion is an actual item, a heirloom that just took form in your palms. With intense curiosity, sense how it feels against your skin, and overall watch you envision it to be. With that in mind, I invite you to find yourself in the following scenario. You find yourself in the most pristine beach you can imagine. The waters are crystal clear. The color of the water is an amalgamate of light greens and soft blues. And the sand that you find yourself standing on is a fine golden sand that is just warm enough to make your feet comfortably warm and moist. Imagine that you're standing in a place facing the sea, where the last reach of the wave is barely touching your toes. You smell the freshness and saltiness in the air, taking a deep breath and then releasing it. As you turn, you see two turtle statues on either side of an opening that resembles a path. You choose to slowly but steadily walk towards that path, and you see that it leads to a right curve. The path appears to be not maintained, like it has not been walked for decades or maybe years. As you walk through it, you feel the wildflowers rubbing against your legs, and as you look down at those flowers, you realize that they have different colors and they're of different sizes. Almost foreign there. Yet this rubbing sensation is familiar to you. At the end of the path, you see a meadow. In the middle of that meadow, there is an individual who is lying almost in a muddy ground. As you get closer, you realize that this individual is you. You instantly feel a sense of urgency, and you kneel down to get their pulse, sense their temperature, and check their breathing. As you check on them, you realize that they are actually okay. They're just tired. For years, nobody had come to their aid until now. Imagine that you tell your lying self that they no longer have to wait and that you're here to provide relief and understanding. So then, gently you reach out to them, they grab your hand, and you both stand up looking at each other face to face. Your tired self looks into your eyes and realizes that you're there to help and provide relief. They feel the sense of relief and they thank you that you came to help them and that they no longer feel neglected or alone. You grab their hand, ask them to follow you, and gently bring them with you to the shore. You both stare at the ocean. As far as the eye can see, you hold their hand and tell them that they are no longer alone and that this tired self is part of who you are and you're no longer strangers. That you love them. You even want to pay a little bit of attention to how that feels. Not only from your standpoint to saying these words, but for your tired self. How maybe they feel. So now, say a momentarily goodbye to the other self and begin to come back. Start to feel the sensations of your body. Wiggle your toes and fingers. And when you feel ready and safe, you may open your eyes and bring a gentle end to your meditation. I hope you enjoyed this particular meditation. Self-compassion, as I explained earlier, it's a difficult concept for some, including myself. But I hope that this meditation brought you a little bit closer to the concept of self-compassion. I hope that you have a great day and set a nice intention for the rest of it. Take care and see you next week.